Okay, Lady Stiletto, my vision board is done. Now what? Now what is coming up next? Hey guys, this is your girl Lady Stiletto, and I want to welcome you back. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. This is a follow-up video to the vision board. If you have not seen the video and how this board was constructed, please check out the previous video that outlines exactly what I did and how I went about doing it. For those of you who have completed your vision board, you now have a clearer view with what you want to do. But what do you do from here? You have to have a plan of action so that the things on your vision board isn't just a board with a whole bunch of pictures, which often happens with people who just believe that, you know, things kind of fall from the sky. If you believe in the law of attraction, you understand it will come to you with little or no effort. The path of least resistance will always lead you to your heart's desire. You will have impulses and you will be drawn to different things that will direct you towards the things that you want. So you have to be aware, you have to be mindful of what you're being drawn to so that you're not missing out on opportunities for these things to come into fruition. So one of the things that you can do, and this is what I've done for many years, and it's worked wonderfly to my benefit. So I'm a sticky whore. That sounded a whole lot better in my head. Okay, rewind. I am a person who takes a lot of notes. These are all notes that I wrote on stickies, and when the impulse strikes me, I write it down and then I go back to it later. The problem with that is I'll come to a place where there's a specific sticky that I'm looking for and I have no clue where it is. If you noticed in the last video, one of the stickies actually fell from the pictures that I had. Initially, Now, the first part of this is really understanding that you have to be realistic with setting goals. All of this is not going to happen overnight, and it's really going to take some time to come in. Think about going to a restaurant and ordering everything that you love on the menu. I mean everything without restriction. At some point you're going to get full and you're not going to be able to take in everything that's on the table. And this is what you need to think in terms of your vision board. Everything is going to come to you in the way that it's going to come in its own time. So just don't rush it. Now, the first thing that you need to do in conjunction with your vision board is get a notebook. And this is my handy dandy, trusty notebook. I think I'm going to change it so that it matches the border. I know I'm out of control. Anyway, I make notes in it. I jot things down. And in most cases, for my sticky notes, whatever idea I write in the book that's associated with the sticky, I stick it right there on the page. So now I'm no longer sifting through stickies to see what they are, where they go, what it's in reference to. I have a book that kind of becomes my own organizational personal system thing. The first thing that you need to do is make a list. And all I did was wrote down the things that I wanted to accomplish for January. No more than 10 things. If you already have a busy life, then 10 is going to be more than enough to complete within the 30 days. If you do the 10 within 30, great. If you don't, no big deal. A lot of the things that's on your list is going to take time to complete. The next thing that I do is I list any ideas that I have during the course of the month, whatever kind of pops into mind that I want to see through, whether it's in connection with what I have already listed for the month, or something that just I don't really have time to do this month, but I don't want to forget about it. So I just include it on my list and I reference it later. As you complete what's on your list, you're just gonna cross it off. You know, this is the way that you can kind of keep count of what's going on. One of the most important things is what's on the next page of my booklet, which is things that I accomplished for the month of January. And as you can see, the list that I created for the month of January and everything that I actually got done was completely different. The thing is, a lot of the things that I accomplished for the month of January, there were only 4 or 5 things from my list that I actually planned to do. So this is why this page is so important, because you get lost in other things that you have accomplished or other things that you have done that may not necessarily be geared towards what you wanted to complete, but it's still an accomplishment. And it gives you accountability to say, you know what, I didn't finish that, but I did finish this. Now, the next important thing is to make sure that you celebrate your accomplishments. Stop focusing on what you have not done. Don't focus on what you should have, could have, or would have done if. Let those things go. You cannot force these things to come about. I actually have a section to write down exactly what I'm going to do to celebrate. I haven't decided what that is yet, but I'm working on it and it's going to be good. So now the next thing that I have, which is also something that I feel is extremely important, is I just gave a short summary of the month while it's fresh in my mind. A reminder to me for what the month was, because March, April, May, I'm not going to remember January, but there may be something about January that helps to push me through. So I'm just going to read you the first paragraph that I wrote, just so you can get an idea of what I wrote to myself for the month of January. January was a great start for the year. I got to see what I was doing wrong and allowed the universe to put me in alignment with what needs to be done. So it was just basically almost like a journal entry to say, you know, January was great, and these are the things that I was really looking forward to. These are the things that I learned during the course of the month, and this is what I'm going to take with me into the next month. And then at the bottom, I put what goals I wanted to accomplish for the month of February. When you are setting goals to make money, write it out. List the things that you are going to do in order to make the money that you're going to make. Make a grid. This is, and I'm not exactly sure if you guys can see, but this is just an example of a grid that I created. You know, you put your idea in the center of the page, and then you kind of just make branches out in the things that's related to what you are doing. What you have to have an idea in mind. You can't set a goal without a finish line. This would ideally be the best thing for you when it comes to utilizing a tool to help you get results. When you're trying to make a certain amount of money, you can't say, oh, I'm going to make $2,000 this month, and then you have no course of action or any idea of how that's going to happen. Or let's say you have 5 different items that you sell, and they're $10, $15, $20, $30, and $50. A plan of action would say, okay, these $10 items, I'm going to sell 10 of them. These $15 items, I'm going to sell 5 of them. These $20 items, I'm going to sell 10 of them. If you go into the month with an idea of how much you want to sell, chances are you're going to sell it. But one of the things that I find very helpful with something like this is I break them down in 30-minute tasks. And then I kind of calculate how long it's going to take to complete the entire page. So although you see all these little boxes on here and it looks like a whole lot of stuff, this is only 24 hours worth of work that I can break up within a week's time, and I can be done by the end of the week. As I complete them, I shade them out. So I'm mentally keeping track of what still needs to be done. And I know that everything on this page is only going to take me 30 minutes to do. So I may be able to do 2 hours worth of work or 3 hours worth of work, depending on what's here. You don't have to do this every month, but if you are completing your goals throughout the course of the month, then you should be creating a new sheet, and it only takes you a couple minutes to kind of outline what it is you need to do and break them up so that you know which task will only take you 30 minutes of your time. 30 minutes is not a lot of time to dedicate, especially if you're someone who is giving, you know, so much time towards your business and towards your goals anyway. This is nothing. 24 hours is nothing. And if you are, you know, a trendsetter, or you're one of those people who are always on the go, this will be something that will really help you, you know, get your goals completed. So now, important points to coincide with your vision board. First off, you're going to make a goal list, and this list is going to consist of 10 items. You're going to include any pending items that you have and any plans that you have in the making. The next thing is any pending items that you have that you really can't spend too much time on, but you don't want to forget, you don't want to lose sight of what needs to be done. You can go ahead and put it on your list and you'll be good to go. Since this is a new list of things that I would like to complete for the month, it is my habit to do it during the course of the new moon. Now the new moon, if you follow the phases of the moon, you have a week of the new moon, the week of the first quarter, a week of the full moon, and then you have the last quarter. So as long as you kind of keep that in mind, you can look up in the sky and you'll know, okay, there's no moon, it's a new moon. It helps you to keep a conscious mind of when you need to create your new list without having the hassle of trying to remember dates. Cross off the things on your list as you complete them so that you know it's done. It's not something that you no longer have to worry about, and you can move forward to the next. Make a plan. Create a diagram like I did. You can do bubbles, you can do words, whatever tickles your fancy, circles, and just make sure that they are in 30-minute intervals so that, you know, as they're being completed, you can shade them out, and that will be your way of tracking how well you are completing these tasks. So now that you've got the gist of that, I just have a few tips to help you with creating this list. If you feel anxious or overwhelmed about the task or creating the list, put it down, step away from it. Everything you do involves energy. It has energy. So if you already have the feeling or the mindset that something is not right, or you don't want to do it, you're going to bring that energy into whatever you are doing. So just stop. Don't do anything. Using the moon cycle helps you to stay aware so that you don't get obsessed with dates. The next thing is creating a list like this helps you to see your progress as it happens in real time. One of the biggest problems that we have, especially as entrepreneurs or people who are creating businesses for themselves, we get caught up on the things that we haven't done yet, and we lose sight of what we've actually accomplished. This ensures that you are seeing that things are getting done. And even though it may not be represented in like your account or, you know, in what you're doing, you still see that there's something being done. This is a way for you to kind of see the change for yourself so that you know progress is being made. This list is going to keep you on schedule. If you have a deadline for something that needs to be done, this list is going to ensure that you do everything that needs to be done in the time that you need to do it without forgetting about it or without putting it to the back burner. If it is something of importance, you can attach a time, a date as a part of the deadline so you don't lose track of it. Don't browbeat yourself or dwell in what hasn't, what you didn't, or what you could not do. Everything is going to happen and unfold in its own time. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Let it flow. The list also helps and works in conjunction with the vision board as a tool so that you can actually see your visions come into life. This is a great way to keep track of your goals, but please be sure that you are setting realistic goals. And when I say realistic goals, I mean goals that you actually believe that you can achieve. None of this becomes relevant if you don't believe within yourself that this can actually happen. This is what a vision board is all about. It's reinforcement, just like affirmations. But guess what? Affirmations, vision boards, mantras, these things don't work if you don't believe it for yourself. And when I say believe it, I don't mean say it until you believe it. No, these things are set in place because you already believe them and you're already working towards them. This vision board has to be a representation of what you already believe. But if you don't believe that it's not going to happen, you have to be aligned with the energy that you bring forth to manifest the things that you want to come into your life. The vision board will only work if you believe in it. The mantra and the affirmations will only work if you believe in it. This is where the law of attraction really plays a significant role in something like this, because the law of attraction says that whatever energy you put out, you're going to get back. And you need to understand that these things, you can attract them, but you have to be in a great space. You have to be in great understanding with yourself and with the energy. Your list of goals will only get accomplished and completed if you believe it can be accomplished and completed. There's one other thing that I would suggest that I believe could really be beneficial to you and really help you with completing your goals. Write yourself a letter. Write yourself a letter as if all the things that you wanted to achieve has already happened, and take in the feeling that you would get if it was complete. And in times when you struggle with completing certain tasks, or you just need that extra boost of motivation, read that letter to yourself. I promise you it is an empowering thing, and it really will put you back on track and keep you on track, put you in the mindset that you need to be in order to complete these goals. It only works if you believe in it. I've used this method for quite some time, and I started to see things just open up and happen. Things that I, only dreamed about, just evolving in its space. And I just really hope that you can use this to your own benefit so that it can help you out. Now, this is not the last portion of this whole vision board saga. I got one more thing for you, and it's coming up in the next video because, well, I think I made this video too long. So until then, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you watch the next video, and I will see you guys real soon. Thank you for watching Late Night Taboo with Lady Stiletto. I hope that you found the content in this video helpful. Please click the notification button so that you will be notified when any new videos drop. And please, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.